Now listen. News on the hour, 7 a.m., 8 a.m., 9 a.m., 10 a.m., and 11 a.m. 1 p.m., 2 p.m., 3 p.m., and 5 p.m. News at noon, 12 noon. News from across the states, 4 p.m. And our major news at 6 p.m. Citizen FM 93.7. Always precise in news broadcast.
This is 93.7 Citizen FM, Abuja.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Citizen FM News at noon. I am Lawrence Omoite. The President of Ghana, Nana Akufo-Addo, has unveiled 2 books written by different authors in honor of President Muhammad Buhari. Nana Akufo-Addo said the Economic Community of West African States and the African continent would miss President Buhari's leadership qualities in stabilizing the region.
We all have our high and low moments, but I have no doubt that prosperity will be kind to Muhammadu Buhari. President Buhari, we will miss you. West Africa, Africa, and indeed, the world will miss your leadership. The leadership of the military ruler turned consummate Democrat.
The president-elect Bola Ahmed Tinubu was represented by Vice President-elect Kashim Shettima. Said President Buhari had since endeared himself to the hearts of Nigerians through his leadership qualities.
From President Buhari's triumphant leadership of our complex nation, he has told us that the leader's paramount duty is not to seek hollow places, but to actively listen and be guided by the diverse opinions of the nation.
President of the Senate, Ahmed Lawan, praised President Buhari for providing the platform for a mutual and cordial working relationship between the executive and the legislative arms.
That the next set of ministers will work with the National Assembly in the way and manner that you have been able to make your ministers special advisors for with us.
Troops of the Joint Task Force Northwest Operation Harden Daji in its clearance operation have neutralized several armed bandits in the Shinkava local government area of Zamfara State. The troops on Wednesday and Thursday conducted intense operations and cleared all bandit camps in Dambokulu, Malam Ila and Malam Saleh, Garaka and Gankara villages, all under Shinkafa Council. The top military source who pleaded anonymity told reporters that contact was made with heavy bandits during the operations and several of them were neutralized, while others escaped with gunshot wounds to the mountains. Nigeria Association of Resident Doctors has signed a memorandum of understanding with the federal government in an effort to end the ongoing strike. The doctors commenced a 5-day warning strike on May 17 to press home their demands after their 14-day ultimatum was expired. The doctors are demanding an immediate increment in the consolidated medical salary structure to the tune of 200% of the current gross salary of doctors. Lawyers, including senior advocates and journalists at the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal, were asked to drop their phones and other gadgets, including laptops, before going inside the courtroom. A boldly printed notice was pasted on the 3 entrances leading into the courtroom, with many lawyers expressing dismay over the directive. Meanwhile, the Presidential Election Petition Court is set to streamline the hearing procedure for the petitions of the People's Democratic Party and the Labour Party. The court is expected to agree on the schedule of the main petition, the number of witnesses that will testify, time to be allocated, and be cross-examined. Also, the court led by Justice Haruna Tsunami has reserved ruling till Monday on the application by Mr. Peter Obi and the Labour Party for live streaming of proceedings of the court. Justice Samani made the brief declaration after lawyers to the parties adopted their various processes. Lawyer to Obi and the Labour Party, Anwar Kalu, a senior advocate of Nigeria, urged the court to grant the application for live telecast of the electoral petition in the interest of the public.
We want openness. We want transparency in this. That's why that application was filed. It's been argued, and I don't want to say that whoever is opposing it does not want transparency.
The People's Democratic Party and its presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar has accused the Independent National Electoral Commission of fighting a proxy war on behalf of the president-elect. Counsel for the PDP, Chris Uche, senior advocate of Nigeria, said this when he countered the application moved by INEC's counsel during the proceedings on Friday.
That INEC left issues relating to the conduct of the election to begin to fight a proxy war for the second respondent, that's Tinubu, because if you look at the processes filed, all they were saying was to strike out the paragraphs where we pleaded issues relating to Tinubu's qualifications. So we said, no, that is not for INEC to do. Tinubu has his own council. APC also has their own council.
Meanwhile, the Labour Party has rejected a judgment annulling the election of its candidate in the 2023 general elections, saying it is inconsequential, laughable, and holds no water. Justice Mohammed Yunusa of the Federal High Court in Kano on Friday nullified the candidature of Abia State Governor-elect Dr. Alec Tosti and all candidates of the Labour Party in Abia and Kano State. But the party expressed concern with the haste with which Justice Yunusa of Kano High Court discharged the duties within only 48 hours.
By this judgment order, we have looked at it and we have found out that it has not affected our fortunes in any way. It has not affected the fortunes of any of our elected candidates, and they are good to go. From May 29, our candidates, our elected governor in Abia, and members elect in the National Assembly, including our senators elect, House of Reps elect, House of Assemblies elect, they are going to be sworn in. They are going to occupy offices because this judgment has not affected us in any way. We have seen what has happened when they filed before the court, and we have seen that, well, the court was misled to grant the order in the first place. And I want to also categorically state that the court itself said that it could not grant an order against Alex Ochi or any of our members elect in Abia because they were not before the court. But the court will have also said that even members elect from other states, not even from Abia, not only from Abia, from other states, were not before the court.
And for some foreign stories now, Russia on Friday said it had banned entry to 500 Americans, including former President Barack Obama, in response to sanctions imposed by Washington. On Friday, United States added hundreds more companies and individuals to its sanction blacklist as it broadened efforts to choke off Russia's economy over the Ukraine offensive. Among those listed were television host Stephen Colbert, Jimmy Kimmel, and Sid Meier's. CNN anchor Eric Burnett and others were also in the list. Stories now, Super Eagles of Nigeria. We know they are group opponents for the 2026 World Cup when the draw is held on July 12th. The draw will be made in Cotonou, the Republic of Benin, on the eve of the 45th CAF Ordinary General Assembly. The body said in a statement, according to The statement, Africa will employ a single stage for World Cup qualification format for the next finals to be hosted by the United States of America, Canada, and Mexico in 2026. And that's the Citizen FM News at noon. I am Lawrence Omoite.
Let's talk about it on our favorite radio.